I wonder what other predictions would there be aside from the fact that Barb is about to make a mess of this whole thing. She's gonna crash out, right? Like that seems like the most logical thought about what's going to happen next. We haven't had much drama for a while. The last episode we seen was like calm, cool, fun, collected, but it's about to go down. So when people started messaging me and commenting on every post that I've ever made about what I think about the predictions for the wedding, I was kind of like, what other predictions are there, my friends? But then I thought to myself, what else could go down? And I ended up making wedding bingo. So let's talk about it. The wedding is going down today, and I decided that I was going to drop a quick post. This is not going to be like my longer commentary, it's going to be real short. These are my top 5 predictions that came right from my wedding bingo board that I think is about to go down when it comes to this Shawnaverse wedding. So my number one prediction is that Barb is going to crash out. She's going to show her whole entire bum bum, and it's going to be a whole thing at the wedding. I think it's not going to happen before. It's going to happen at the wedding at some point, whether it be the ceremony. I think she's going to hold it together long enough for the ceremony into the reception. I just feel like that's going to be like the most obvious thing that's going to happen here. We've been waiting for Barb to have this level of crash out. I thought it was going to happen at Chicky's birthday party, and it didn't. Jen is the last child that she is continuing to invite her in and continuing to attempt to formulate a relationship. And I just feel as though it's not been going very well for Barb. She keeps hinting at things. I think this is going to be her moment to crash. Number 2, I think John's going to that wedding. I think that Frank got to him, and I think Frank saying to John, "You don't want to regret missing this." It was a big deal. A lot of people say they don't like John's behavior towards Jen. They feel like John has been kind of bossy, especially when he was like, "It's time we should go no contact." And he kind of wanted to make it a him and Jen thing. He thought it would have been better as a united front. John shows up for Jen. He's shown up for Jen throughout different aspects of this past year. You know, he decided not to go at the hospital because of Barb, but after the fact, when she was in the midst of what looked like a breakdown and she was experiencing postpartum, John was there for her. John showed up and he knew exactly what she needed and he did it. He continuously has words of wisdom for Jen. And I think that he would regret missing this moment in Jen's life. So I just feel like John is going to show up to this wedding and it'll be him and Shauna. I'm not too sure that the kids will be there. Maybe Mama D and Larry will end up watching the kids and it'll just be Shauna and John. And I think that might feel a little bit safer than having the full family there and him having to stop Max from, wanting to run up and hug Grammy and all of that. But I think that for the most part, we are probably going to see Shauna and John at this wedding. So that's number 2. Number 3, I think a farm in some way, somehow is going to be included in this wedding. We know Jen's obsession. She just had a chicken wedding for her bachelorette party. Her whole child is named Chicky Blue. I just think we're going to see some kind of simple yet elegant farm like detail in this wedding that's not going to be over the top because Jen is an event planner and I think that Jen is probably a little bit bougie as well. So I think it's going to like match that kind of bougie taste, but just like a simple detail that calls back to her love of farming. That's my number 3 prediction. Number 4, I think we're going to see therapy again. I feel like it's either going to be the therapist or maybe Barb ends up making that doctor's appointment. I feel like Barb may potentially lose big at this wedding and she's going to have no other choice but to really dig in and really talk to somebody about what is going on and why she feels things the way that she feels, which is so hard and so big that she is unable to really give space to anything else going on with everybody else around her. And then I think that's 5, right? I think we're gonna have a moment where we see Greg with cold feet. Greg has always been the calm, cool, collected one. We have seen Greg and Jennifer in very little conflict. Greg seems very sure of himself, but I think he just might have a hint of a moment where he's like, is this the right thing to do? What am I doing here? This family is crazy. Something may happen where Greg is like, I don't know. Those are my top 5. So I've got actually 25 whole predictions, except for that one that I need to clear up. I'm going to read you all. So the first one is Barb wears white. John shows up. Mo learns that John's family is Sam's family. Frank runs his best interference yet. Nora somehow shows up as well. Ty and Julie show up together. There will be a combination of all 3 dresses. I think this one is my favorite. I think we're gonna see, like, Jen have her own dress, but parts of Shauna's dress and parts of Barb's dress be included in that, and I think that would be a representation of past, present, future. I also said that I believe that Barb will attempt to talk to John at the wedding. Jennifer may potentially reveal a pregnancy. Maybe that's why we can't fit into the dress. Chicky might give us her first words. Chicky might also be walking. If Chicky is at the wedding, I think that instead of Greg holding her, that maybe Katie girl will be holding Chicky throughout the ceremony, and then maybe she'll give her to either Greg or Jen. I have a free cell. Of course, a Barb crash out. I've also got Barb goes back to therapy. The one that I mentioned, there's a cold feet moment from Greg. There's Mama D and Larry watches the kids, the therapist, to make an appearance in the skit. So I have that twice. That's the one I'm going to move. Julie and Shauna have a talk. I would love, 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 love to see Julie and Shauna having a talk, not on any like apologies, but more of a understanding of like, this is the information I have. I'm sharing the information with you. And maybe that kind of brings some enlightenment about like what has transpired over the past year behind closed doors or in other spaces. Barb will be drunk or get drunk. And if that happens, Jen's not going to enjoy it. This is going to be a version of drunk Barb that Jen will hate. Shauna will actually get to be the matron of honor because Shauna and John actually show up. A farm will be included somehow. Katie will finally see Barb for who she is. We've seen Katie attempting to get to know Barb, attempting to do stuff with Barb. I think the moment with the potatoes, she got like a semi apology from Barb, and Katie seems really forgiving. But I think like this is going to be a moment where Katie is like, absolutely not when it comes to Barb. I think Barb will be asked to leave. And then I think we'll finally see Barb making that doctor's appointment. So I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there. Y'all let me know what you think I should put in its place. I would love to hear everybody else's predictions when it premieres later on. I will be so excited to see how everybody else reacts. It may take me a while to get that post together, but I will eventually get to it. So happy Saturday, y'all. I'll see you soon. Enjoy the wedding.